Sydney, Australia stands as a vibrant and iconic metropolis, its skyline dominated by the majestic Sydney Harbour Bridge and the architectural marvel of the Sydney Opera House. However, unlike most major global cities, Sydney embraces a unique approach to development, a ban on skyscrapers exceeding a predetermined height. This decision, implemented in the 1980s, has sparked continuous debate, with various factors influencing its implementation and its subsequent impact on the city's landscape. This video delves deeper into the multifaceted reasons behind Sydney's distinctive policy, exploring the intricate interplay of cost, economy, population, size, history, and the evolution of regulations. So, without further ado, let's get started. And if you are not subscribed to the channel yet, you are missing out on the latest mega projects and luxury construction news. Building skyscrapers undeniably comes with a hefty price tag. The initial construction costs soar significantly compared to lower-rise buildings, requiring specialized materials, complex engineering expertise, and advanced construction techniques. Maintaining and operating these towering structures also demands substantial resources, including energy for lighting and climate control, along with ongoing maintenance of elevators, facade cleaning, and other services. These escalating costs can burden both developers and the city authorities, impacting the overall feasibility of skyscraper development. Moreover, with the huge costs, skyscrapers are a good indicator of how successful a country or city is. Consider the example of Dubai, the city filled with a plethora of skyscrapers, and that also marks its success. A typical skyscraper in 2020 would cost anywhere from $300 million all the way up to $1 billion, and it's easy to check out whether a country's economic state is well or not. And interestingly enough, Sydney does have a few skyscrapers here and there. So what could be the problem? Well, it all starts from the Height of Building Act of 1912. Limiting the construction of all new buildings to just 45 meters or around 13 stories tall. But now, the limit for the tallest buildings has been updated to around 330 meters, which means we might see some of the tallest buildings Sydney has ever seen. There's already a 263-meter Foster & Partners designed Salesforce Tower and a plethora of other ones. But what was the problem with banning skyscrapers in Sydney in the first place? It is simply because building these long skyscrapers in economic times like today. But that doesn't mean it is not going to be opened at the very end. Let's talk about some of the other reasons why skyscrapers were banned for so long. While skyscrapers can attract international investment and generate substantial revenue, their impact on Sydney's economy is not without its downsides. These imposing structures often cater to high-end businesses and luxury apartments, driving up property prices and contributing to the phenomenon of gentrification. This can make it increasingly difficult for small businesses and average citizens to afford living and operating in the city center, potentially harming the diversity and vibrancy of Sydney's economic fabric. While the statement that Sydney banned skyscrapers may be an oversimplification, it's true that the city's skyline stands out for its relative lack of towering giants compared to other global metropolises. This observation has led many to question why Sydney hasn't embraced the skyscraper boom seen in other cities. While economics undoubtedly plays a role, a closer look reveals a more intricate picture, with several factors contributing to this unique urban landscape. Sydney's Central Business District, or CBD, boasts some of the most expensive real estate in the world. This high land cost significantly increases the financial feasibility of building tall structures. The cost of acquiring land and constructing a skyscraper often outweighs potential rental income or sales value, making it a less attractive investment compared to smaller developments. Sydney's office market has historically not witnessed the same level of demand for high-rise office space as other major cities. Factors like the city's size and the recent trend towards smaller, more flexible workspaces contribute to this lower demand. Additionally, the Australian economy is heavily resilient on sectors like mining and tourism, where skyscraper office space is less relevant. Building tall buildings naturally comes with a higher price tag due to the need for specialized engineering, materials, and construction techniques. These inflated costs can further dissuade developers from pursuing skyscraper projects in Sydney. Sydney places a strong emphasis on preserving its rich historical heritage. Building skyscrapers could potentially obstruct views of iconic landmarks like the Sydney Opera House or disrupt the overall character of historic districts like the Rocks. This concern has led to strict regulations and height restrictions to protect Sydney's unique cultural landscape. Moreover, Sydney's urban planning policies have traditionally favored low-rise development and green spaces. This preference is reflected in zoning regulations and height restrictions imposed by the government to promote a more open and spacious city environment. Additionally, initiatives like the Green Grid program aim to connect parks and green spaces throughout the city, further discouraging the development of large, dense structures. There has been a history of public opposition to skyscraper development in Sydney. Residents have voiced concerns about potential impacts on traffic congestion, overshadowing of neighboring buildings, and overall changes to the city's character and quality of life. These concerns have influenced public policy and contributed to the limited development of skyscrapers. Sydney, by nature, is a compact city with limited land available for development. Building skyscrapers can lead to an increase in population density, putting a significant strain on existing infrastructure and public services. This includes transportation networks, water and energy supply, waste management, and healthcare facilities. Additionally, a dense population can contribute to issues like overcrowding, noise pollution, and limited access to green spaces. These potential challenges played a key role in Sydney's decision to limit skyscraper construction, aiming to maintain a sustainable and livable urban environment for its residents. Sydney's rich history is inextricably linked with its iconic landmarks, especially the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. These structures possess immense cultural significance and serve as defining elements of the city's identity. Skyscrapers, if built without careful consideration, could potentially overshadow these landmarks and disrupt the visual harmony of the city's unique skyline. This concern for preserving Sydney's heritage and architectural landscape played a crucial role in the decision to limit building heights. The initial ban on skyscrapers in Sydney was implemented in the 1980s, driven by concerns about the impact on the city's character and infrastructure. However, the city has undergone significant transformation since then, leading to a re-evaluation of the height restrictions. In 2020, the City of Sydney introduced new planning controls, raising the maximum height limit from 235 meters to 330 meters in specific locations. This decision aimed to balance the need for development with the importance of protecting the city's heritage and character. The ban on skyscrapers has presented Sydney with both challenges and opportunities. While it helps maintain the city's unique skyline and historical significance, it also restricts the potential for development and economic growth. Additionally, the city faces the challenge of accommodating a growing population within the existing height limits. This has led to the exploration of alternative solutions, such as infill development, urban renewal projects, and investments in satellite cities. Sydney's decision to restrict skyscrapers is a testament to the city's commitment to achieving sustainable development, preserving its rich heritage, and maintaining a vibrant and livable urban environment. As the city continues to evolve, it will be crucial to strike a delicate balance between development and the concerns of the community. By implementing innovative solutions, fostering open dialogue, and strategically utilizing available land, Sydney can chart a course for its future, ensuring that the city continues to thrive while preserving its unique character and identity. Sydney's approach to skyscraper development stands in stark contrast to many major cities around the world, which have embraced a sky's the limit mentality. This has led to the emergence of iconic skylines, dominated by towering structures. However, the environmental and social consequences of this approach are becoming increasingly apparent, with concerns about energy consumption, shadowing effects, and community displacement gaining traction. In this context, Sydney's decision to prioritize sustainability and community well-being serves as a model for other cities to consider. But that doesn't mean that they are banning skyscrapers altogether. It banned skyscrapers exceeding a certain height. This decision, implemented in the 1980s, continues to spark debate and raise questions about the balance between growth and preserving a city's character. Sydney's approach presents a stark contrast to many cities embracing a sky's the limit mentality. While such skylines have become iconic, concerns regarding energy consumption, shadow effects, and community displacement are growing. Sydney's model, prioritizing sustainability and community well-being, offers a compelling alternative. By carefully managing development while preserving its unique character and identity, the city can ensure its continued success and serve as a model for sustainable urban planning around the world. But so far, they're still in the middle of making this important decision. Our take? Well, we think that in the near future, Sydney will build new skyscrapers, but it will all be controlled. Let us know your opinions in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for future videos like these.